Well, for years we've been hearing that video games turn kids and adults into couch potatoes, and they've certainly had their fair share of blame for adding to the nation's flab. A few years ago, PlayStation introduced the iToy to attempt to get gamers moving, but now Nintendo has raised the bar all right with Wiifit.
And with this game, you can't actually dodge doing the real-life sit-ups and the push-ups and the yoga moves and the jogging, because the Wiifit brings the gym into your lounge, apparently. Our gadget guy, Steve Sims, has been putting it through its paces, and he joined us. Hello, Steve. What have you got?
Good morning. Well,
what is that bit there? This is a great big looking platform.
You must have to stand on it or something,
it's a platform. If you're familiar with going to the gym and seeing those step things and step classes where you're up and down and going sideways and things, it's very, very similar kind of thing.
So there's sensor pads to make sure that you're actually doing it?
The sensor pad's even better than that.
Yeah.
It checks your centre of gravity, checks how heavy you are, gives you your BMI, your body mass index, so works out whether you're obese or underweight, like I am.
So this is basically a new age. What were the old DVDs and exercise videos?
Yeah, the difference being is that those would tell you how, a DVD would tell you how.
It wouldn't communicate with you.
No, it wouldn't communicate with you, whereas this tells you whether you're on balance or not, or whether you're actually doing it to the right frequency.
Oh, no, Susie Aiken used to communicate with me.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
I used to think that she did.
Roll-ups, and yeah.
Well, yeah, you can choose a female instructor in this one, James. But I was thoroughly amazed. I put it in front of the kids yesterday. They brought all their mates around, and I tell you, they were amused for about 4 or 5 hours on this. Not necessarily just for the gaming component, but for things like yoga. My daughter's now into yoga, compliments of the Wiifit.
How does that actually work then? So you have to stand on that pad in order to do the entire yoga workout?
No, because there's also the...
There's also the little Wii remote.
Yeah.
Now the Wii remote that you see there, you've got the one with the padding around there, and you've also got the one without the padding. So you use that to throw around the lounge room.
Okay. So the Wii remote has some sort of spatial recognition or awareness, does it?
It has all of that, along with a little switch inside that tells you, like a pedometer. So it can tell whether you're jogging on the spot or not.
We're looking at a friend of yours having a go at the hula hoop yesterday. Now she's no kid.
No.
And did she enjoy herself?
Absolutely. The thing that really surprised Madeline a lot was that it actually worked up a sweat. It wasn't a game. So in terms of the yoga moves that were being done, through to the fun balance games that you can do, which is racing down a ski slope or balancing a board, it actually does have some good fitness value there.
Yeah, so the natural progression of this might be something like you'd see in a gym where you've got the, spin class or something, where everyone's linked. You'd have a class full of people with this, and you'd have a central screen.
Wouldn't that be cool?
And they would all interact and exercise together.
And they could keep their data confidential.
What?
They could keep their data confidential. How much weight did you lose last week?
What games does this come with? What sports can you play with it, basically?
With this, you've got 4 areas. You've got your yoga, you've got your aerobic, your muscle workouts, and then obviously your balance games. And the balance games is the fun part of the exercise. So we kind of encourage people to say, hey, look, let's do the exercise first, then play games later.
I can hear parents out there saying, I wish we'd seen it 2 weeks ago before school holidays.
Yeah, and that's the reason why it was so popular at home yesterday. Rainy day in Auckland, and one way to keep the kids amused. It worked.
You're talking about the physicality of the whole thing, and of course fighting games are really popular, aren't they? Is there a fighting version of this? Because that, to me, sounds just like you're blurring the boundary between a video game and actual fighting, where you start punching each other with the console. Yeah,
I don't think you punch each other with the console, but you can punch a virtual thing with the Wii remotes on some of the games that are just available on the Wii itself. So, I mean, you buy the Wii, you've got that, it's $450 odd at the local stores, but then this thing comes out at the end of the month for $200 as an add-on.
Okay, so you add this to your Wii console, sorry.
Absolutely. If you've already got a Wii console, you just need to buy that.
If you don't, you have to buy the whole kit.
Buy the whole kit. I'm sure they'll come out with a bundle of some sort. So available at the end of the month, but I can tell you now, it is the best gadget I have seen in the past 3 months.
Last question.
I'm in love with it. It's fantastic.
Can you put it online so you can exercise together with your friend in Singapore?
Well, you wouldn't exercise together, but you can jog together, which is a couple of friends doing that. But online, though, you've got a whole lot of me's, as they're called. M-I-I is how it's spelled. So it's a me. And so you put yourself online with your friends and just compare each other's data.
Fascinating. Steve, thanks very much for that. Very good.
Fascinating stuff. So the whole thing could cost you around about $600 if you don't have the Wii
All up,
console.
cheaper than an exercycle and more fun too.